Hi everyone, today we're in Elden Ring, The Convergence. For those of you who don't know, The Convergence is an overhaul for Elden Ring. And you know what? If you thought you loved Elden Ring, well, think. Everyone loves Elden Ring, right? The Convergence is made by a bunch of people who love the lore, love Elden Ring, and oh my gosh, it really shows. This mod really adds to Elden Ring, and it really just complements, as far as I'm concerned, every aspect of the game. It's great. So I gave myself a DLC. For those of you who don't know, a lot of the experts have noticed that there's a lot of, considerable amount of activity on SteamDB in the Elden Ring DLC section. So the experts are anticipating in the very least, a trailer release, probably no later than February. The experts claim. So soon, guys, soon. In the very least, a trailer for Shadow of the Erd Tree. At most, the DLC itself releasing in February. That is the anniversary of Elden Ring. So who knows? From Software has a tendency to drop stuff when we least expect it. So let's hope so. But in the meantime, so I've returned to Elden Ring, and I started a new game. I don't know. I tend to get I think I'm already, I don't know what level I am. I'm already a pretty decent. Are you serious? Are you serious? I can't talk and chew bubblegum at the same time. I tend to level up. I don't know, like if I jump in and I start fighting enemies and I see they give me a lot of souls, then I just keep repeating and getting a whole bunch of souls and leveling up until I get bored, and then I move on. So I tend to be fairly leveled up early on just from doing, just fighting stuff over and over again and just enjoying the view. This game, isn't it strange how Elden Ring doesn't have the best graphics if you compare it to something like, the remake of Demon Souls, Blue Point's Demon Souls. But it's still beautiful. It's gorgeous. The design, the landscape design. I mean, just design in general is just mind blowing. I mean, if Elon Musk have said it's a masterpiece, I mean, it must be right. I mean, he did make Starlink and Tesla and SpaceX. No, I'm being silly, but actually, I'm not being that silly. It is a very beautiful game, and isn't it strange how all you have to do is play Elden Ring for about 30 minutes, and the graphics look amazing. Like you're sitting here, I play it for about 30 minutes. I'm like, wait, why did I say the graphics weren't that great? They're great. What am I saying? And it isn't until you just directly compare that you notice it. I'm a graphics guy. I want to get completely immersed in and role play and just exploring these games. And so graphics are important. If Elden Ring looked like Minecraft, I wouldn't play it. I just wouldn't. Some people would. Some people say, oh, graphics don't matter. Well, they do to me because it helps with immersion. I don't know why some people say immersion is not important. Why do you play games? I play games for fun, escapism, and so for escapism, you want to be immersed. Just like reading a great book, you disappear into the book, forget the world around you for a bit, and it's a nice little reprieve. And that's why I play games like this, large open world fantasy games or sci-fi games, my two favorite genres. But so for those of you who don't know about Convergence mod, if you want to give it a try, I would. It just has a lot of quality of life improvements, and it adds a lot of content as well. Changes up a lot of the bosses. A lot of the locations feel fresh. Things are changed. It just gives if you've already beat the game, which by the way I haven't. I tend to not beat in quotes any game that I love. Red Dead Redemption, Baldur's Gate 3. I have hundreds of hours in those games, and I haven't even gotten 30% through the storyline. So, I just, and so coming back to Elden Ring just feels like a treat. I'm sitting here playing, and I'm like, I don't remember this. I don't remember this. Oh, I didn't remember that. And then with the addition of Convergence, it really just feels so fresh. So if you can't wait and you're going nuts, like me, waiting for Shadow of the Erd Tree, maybe give Convergence a try. It's a really, really great mod. It really is. So I was sitting here playing this, and in Convergence it gives you new, what do they call them? Classes. This is a mystic, and I don't know. I don't know what those ladies were called, the little witches dancing around the fire, around the windmills and all that. Those psychopaths. But that's what I look like. I don't know. This is kind of sort of the garb, the wardrobe that I started with. I did find. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But so I am a mystic, and I think there's more than a dozen new classes to start with this mod, and it just so things like that. It just adds so much to to give new things a try, and it just makes it just gives a whole new spin to the game. And then I have a little reshade on here. And what else? Got a texture mod that just basically up-reses all the textures, makes them more crisp. Same textures, but just upscaled, and really just beautiful. It's just I don't know. This game is so I had some friends over the other day, and I showed them Elden Ring, and they go, "What's so great about this game?" And I was like, I looked at, what's funny is I had people say the same thing. They're looking at it and they're going, "I don't like this game. What's so great about it?" Well, it's one of those games, isn't it, that you have to play it. I mean, I can't just sit. I don't think I like any game if I just sit there and watch someone play it. If I see someone playing a game, I used to go to a friend's house, excuse me, and just watch him play games, and I didn't give a crap. But when I actually got my hands on it, played it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. And I think games like Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring, unless you just hate the fantasy genre, you got to get your grubby little hands on it and play it. You got to take it for a spin, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Sometimes, sometimes when people say things like this sucks, it looks stupid, I wouldn't play this, why do you like this? I just look at them like they're aliens. I can't comprehend it. Baldur's Gate 3, just masterpiece. This is a masterpiece, and this is an action RPG, whereas, Baldur's Gate 3 is turn-based. Very different style of gameplay, but both extremely immersive, extremely deep masterpieces of role-playing games. So I don't know. And when I came over the ridge and I saw this big old city, I forget what the name of it is here. It was like seeing it for the first time. And so that's why, just changing it up, installing a few mods. If you're on PC, if you're not on PC, I'm sorry guys, I don't know. I don't know when the heck they're going to get you guys mod supports on consoles, but still, just beautiful game. Can't wait for the DLC. Let me guys know what you how excited you are for the DLC, if you're excited at all, and let's just talk about it. Leave me some comments. I love my comments. I'll read them all.